Get ready to match the stars. From Welcome Back Kotter, Ron Palillo, Brett Summers, Charles Nelson Reilly, Patti Astin, from Family Feud, Richard Dawson, and Patti Deutsch, as we play the star-studded big money match game, PM. And now here's the star of match game, PM, Gene Rayner.
Got him riled up again, Johnny Olson. Thank you, friend. You're very kind to join us here on Match Game PM. We're going to have a good time because we got a grand bunch out here. We really do. And we got two beautiful people over here, Scott Livingston and Jackie Texier. Good evening to both of you. Good evening. Or afternoon, or whatever it is, wherever you are. We want to find out a little bit about each of you, and we'll begin with you, Jackie. Tell us where you're from and anything you want to tell us about yourself.
Okay, I'm from San Francisco originally. I've been in L.A. now 3 years. I'm married, and I study mime, dance, ballet, jazz, synchronized swimming, and I teach all of those at the local Y. Where
Here
I
in Los Angeles?
Work out. Yes,
Yeah.
Los Angeles.
Well, that's very interesting. You got a great life, Jackie.
Thank you.
Now, let's find out about Scott Livingston.
Well, I work for a company that makes chocolate, vanilla, strawberry, and orange sherbet flavored fluoride for dentists.
What?
Uh-huh.
Really? I never heard of those.
Oh, it's new, and they're going over very well with the kids.
Huh.
And currently I'm living in Valencia, California with my sister.
Okay. All right, good luck to both of you. May I point out that here on Match Game PM, each of you will have 3 opportunities to match as many of those as you possibly can. And the one who's done that most often at the end of the 3rd round will be the winner, and we'll go on to play the big money super match, which can pay off over $10,000. Wow. So, here we go. Jackie, we will let you make a first selection.
Okay, A.
A. Just made up her mind on the spur of the moment. Here it is. Ugly Edna is so ugly. Well, they're coming on strong, John. She's so ugly on her honeymoon.
Give them a grade. That was great.
Yeah, that was an A+, was it? Oh, yeah. A+.
That was very
Right on the beat, too.
excellent.
Ugly Edna is so ugly on her honeymoon, her new husband took one look at her and turned blank. That's how ugly Edna is. Okay, now Jackie. Ugly Edna is so ugly. On her honeymoon, her new husband took one look at her and turned blank.
Sick.
And turned sick. Don't they warm the cockles of your heart? You mean weirdos. Okay, she said turn sick.
Turned to stone.
Turn to stone. Most interesting, yes?
I said he turned back.
Go back. There are 2 of them. What? What do you say, Charles?
I said turned over and went to sleep.
That's nice for a honeymoon. Ugly Edna is so ugly on her honeymoon, her new husband took one look at her and turned...
Over, but he wasn't sleeping.
Oh, I see. What did you say, Richard?
It was a very nasty
It was a
occurrence.
terrible thing.
Yeah. Took one look at her and turned off.
Turned off. Turned off.
I'd have left at Centinela.
And you, my dear.
He turned back and headed for home.
So as you can see, Jackie, first round questions are extremely difficult. And we've got a tough one for you too, Scott, because fair is fair. It was Christmas in the Garden of Eden.
Oh, I love these questions.
So, wait till you hear. Adam and Eve took off their fig leaves and they put on blank. Have you thought about it, Scott? Don't say it yet. In a moment. Here we go. It was Christmas in the Garden of Eden. Do you see the picture?
I see it well.
Lovely sight, yes. So Adam and Eve took off their fig leaves and they put on...
Their wreaths.
What?
Their wreaths. You know what they go on the door?
Now, you don't even understand it and you're booing it already. You mean a Christmas wreath? Okay, I think... Well... That'd be rather revealing, wouldn't it?
Nothing to hide.
No, nothing to hide. What do you say?
They put on boughs of holly.
Boughs of holly.
Now that's a match, isn't it?
No, it's not a
That's not a
match.
match.
Boughs of
What does
holly.
that say? I
It
don't.
says
I said.
pathetic award answer. What does that mean, Charles? Have you been peeking at her answer?
I've told you for the last time. Stop looking at my answers. I love my answers. It's a wonderful answer. You're going to love it. They put on their Mr. and Mrs. Santa Claus costume.
Mr. and Mrs. Santa Claus.
No, don't move me. I'm an older woman.
Oh, I wouldn't say that.
We don't give that award out haphazardly. A person is chosen. This is adorable because she wore white and he wore lovely red poinsettias.
Poinsettia. I'm very happy to hear someone pronounce it correctly.
Thank you.
Poinsettia.
Do you know how to spell accordion? I do. I-O-N, not I-A-N.
Hello, Patti Duke Astin.
Hello,
There's,
Steve.
Adam and Eve, Garden of Eden, beautiful Christmas, took off their fig leaves, put on
Holly.
holly. Listen, that would hurt, wouldn't it?
Not a bow of.
Wouldn't that
Simply Holly.
hurt? Richard?
They put on holly and ivy.
Oh, I remember them well.
A couple of very nice girls from a bar on La Cienega.
That, too, would be very painful. Patti Deutsch.
Yeah?
They took off their fig leaves and they put on...
Each other.
Where the expression came from. Are you putting me on?
You hear what Dawson said? He says that's where the expression came from. Are you putting me on?
That's what I meant.
So, as
Very
I said, the
nicely
first round questions are tough, but they're going to get harder. Now, got this for you. Hurry back. See how this game ends here. Now, the score is tied, as you can see, 0-0. Jackie went first last time, so this time, Scott, we'll ask you to go first.
Okay, I'll have B, please.
All right, here we go. George said, I used to work for Howard Hughes. Now, even though Mr. Hughes is dead, I still work for him. Every winter, I take his blank to Miami.
I used to work for Howard Hughes. I used to work for Howard Hughes.
Used to work for Howard Hughes.
Right.
Even though Mr. Hughes is dead, I still work for him. Every winter, I take his blank to Miami.
See that?
You're adorable, too. Here we go.
All right, we're going to see when he has
Scott
that.
Livingston, are you ready? George said I used to work for Howard Hughes, and now even though Mr. Hughes is dead, I still work for him. Every winter, I take his blank to Miami.
Wallet.
His wallet. Now, wait a minute. Remember, we got weirdos for celebrities. Somebody might say wallet. Hello, Ron.
Hello there. Well, George no fool. Every winter he takes Howard Hughes' plane to Miami.
Takes his plane to Miami. I like that one. Do you really like that answer, or are you just big Ron Palillo fan? I guess they're really in love with Horshack, aren't they? So Horshack ought to thank him for yaying for a rotten answer.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Once in love with Horshack.
Yeah.
No. Every winter he takes his will to Miami.
Every winter I take his will in Miami.
Now, I want you to see Charles's answer, and all of America knows who answered first.
Yes.
I didn't copy your answer. You covered it up. I said fake will.
Fake will. All right, Scott is looking for the answer. Wallet. Every winter, even though Mr. Hughes is dead, I still work for him. Take his wallet to Miami.
His Willie wallet?
His will. Will seems to be coming up quite frequently here.
Well, where there's a will, there's a way.
That's right.
I've always said that.
You've always said that. What do you say?
I said his ex-wives.
His ex-wife. Very good. Jackie Texier, are you ready for yours?
Yes.
Remember I said, no, they really do get easier, don't they, Scott? Every night,
Yeah?
instead of taking birth control pills, Mary swallowed a feather. 9 months later, she gave birth to a 6-pound blank.
I'm the perfect answer for that.
Okay.
Finished.
Okay, Jackie. Every night, instead of taking birth control pills, Mary swallowed a feather. 9 months later, she gave birth to a 6-pound blank.
Feather pillow.
Feather pillow. Now, what's wrong with that? That's a perfectly reasonable answer, I think. One of the choices, there are a number of choices here.
Pillow.
Pillow, see? Nothing wrong with that, is there?
But?
Pillow.
You're asking me if there's anything wrong with that answer? Of course there's something wrong with that answer. I said chicken.
Oh. They like that better, Ron. What do they know? Charles?
I said chicken, too, but actually it was a capon because it was an offspring of a mixed marriage.
I see. Okay, Jackie, you got one so far. Jackie Texier is looking for a 6-pound pillow.
I played it safe and said bird.
Bird. That has feathers. What else has feathers?
I use the English. Boyd.
Boyd. Right. Speaking of birds,
Well,
there's our Baltimore Oriole.
nevertheless. I said arrow.
Arrow. They have
I don't
feathers.
get that answer.
They have feathers.
Oh.
Feathers. So there you're ahead. All right, there's round 2. 1-0 in favor of Jackie. And we go to round 3 here. You're ahead, Jackie, so we ask you to make the selection, A or B.
Okay. B.
B it is. And B is what you get. Ron, you do not play
Bet you
because you
didn't think
matched
this
her.
was going to be fun, Jackie, huh?
Bill said my wife thinks she's in the cavalry. Every time she walks into a department store, she yells, blank.
Oh, terrific. I like questions like that.
Jackie Texier. Interesting name you got. Texier.
That's right.
Bill said my wife thinks she's in the cavalry. Every time she walks into a department store, she yells,
Charge.
charge. What did Theodore Roosevelt say at San Juan Hill?
Charge!
Charge! What did the Marines say at Iwo Jima?
Charge!
Charge! What did the doughboys say
World War I.
at Somme?
Say to me, what did the English Tommy say at Dunkirk say?
Yes. What did the English Tommy say at Dunkirk?
Give up.
Charge. Charge! She's up to 5. Now, Jackie, you have to cross your fingers here with this one, because the spell may be broken by
I could
now.
phrase it for her.
Yes.
What did Dr. Frankenstein give the monster to make him come alive?
Charge.
Oh, you got it. By Jove. Well, Scott Livingston, you got to go to work here now. Think carefully, listen to the question, and study your friends over here and try to match them. 102-year-old Henrietta said, ha, ha, oh. I never should have married old man Periwinkle. Never. At our wedding, he said, I do. He said, I do, but on our honeymoon, he said, I blank.
You know, Mrs. Periwinkle, she's so cranky, isn't she? She's mean. She's mean as a snake and twice as cranky.
102-year-old Henrietta said, I never should have married old man Periwinkle. At our wedding, he said, I do, but on our honeymoon, he said, I can't. That was most amusing. Now, everyone has to say, I can't, over here, Scott, to keep you in the game. Okay, Ron.
I can't.
I can't. There's one. Brett. One. Oh, you're gonna...
This is sort of a match. I mean, it's not an exact match, but I think the judges will agree that it's a match of sorts.
Sort of.
I wish I could.
I wish I could.
That's a match.
Okay. Score is now 6-2. Charles.
He's giving me the vapors. He's been so mean to me tonight.
What do you say, Chuck?
Simply and with dignity, the correct answer.
I can't. Score is now 6-3. Old Mrs. Henrietta said, never should have married old man Periwinkle. At our wedding, he said, I do, but on our honeymoon, he said, I
Can't.
can't. Richard, what do you say to this?
Can't.
All right. And you, my dear? High score. Well, we'll tell you what happens when you get a tie right after we tell you about this. All right, now here's what happens when we have a tie. We don't have time to play our regular tiebreaker, so what we're going to do is play sudden death. And the first one of you to score a match will be the winner. We have one tie-breaking question for both of you here, and you'll be playing with our three regulars, Brett, Charles, and Richard, and the two of you will write your answers, and we'll get verbal responses from them. You ready? Good luck to both of you. Here it is. Blank lotion. L-O-T-I-O-N. Blank lotion. All right. Now I'll come over here and start calling on our regulars. Okay, here it is, Brett. Blank lotion.
Body lotion.
Body lotion. No, neither one of them has body lotion.
I have a lot of others.
Yeah, well, you only get one shot at it, though.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Charles?
Quietly and in a dignified manner, as befitting nighttime television.
Yes.
Hand lotion.
Hand lotion! Yay! Jackie Simpson is winner. Scott, what did we have here? It's suntan lotion. That was a very good answer. Come on down, Jackie. Okay. And I'll get to you in a moment to say goodbye to Scott Livingston. There'll be some gifts for you. Many thanks for being with us on Match Game PM, Scott Livingston. Now, you could win a great deal of money here. We're going to have 2 audience matches for you. And I want to point out that whatever you win in the audience matches, you'll have a chance to multiply by 10. That'll be the final dollar figure you're playing for. We polled a recent studio audience, got their best response to this. Caesar blank. You get $500 if you match their most popular answer, $250 for the second most popular, and $100 for the third. And 3 of our 6 celebrities are permitted to assist.
Okay. Richard Dawson.
Caesar salad.
Caesar salad is one.
Charles Nelson.
Caesar and Cleopatra.
Caesar and Cleopatra, you got 2.
Patty.
Which
What do you
one?
say? Patty Duke Astin?
Duke Astin.
All right.
Romero.
Caesar Romero. So those are the 3. Caesar Romero, Caesar salad, and Caesar and Cleopatra. You may choose one of those. You may have a better idea. What would you like to do here?
I'll go with Caesar and Cleopatra.
Okay, that was Charles' answer. We'll find out if it's up there, and if so, where. Let's begin at the bottom and reveal the $100 response. Caesar's Palace. Okay, we're looking for Caesar and Cleopatra, though. We need a team here. May we see the $250 number? Caesar Romero. That may be a good sign that the big one will be up there. Let's find out right now. Slide it, Earl. Caesar salad. Oh. See, you didn't win anything there, but you still got another chance. Now, do not be disheartened. We're going to see how you do with your second audio match. Okay, slide it, Earl. The devil blank. The devil blank.
Richard.
The devil's salad. No, the devil made me do it.
Brett.
The Devil and Miss Jones.
Okay.
And Patty again.
Astin?
Yeah.
Okay. May care. The devil may care.
Devil may care. The devil may care. The devil and Miss Jones. The devil may care. The devil made me do it. Now, have you got another one? Or do you want to pick one of those 3? It's up to you entirely now.
I think I'll go with the Devil and Miss Jones.
Devil and Miss Jones. All right, let's see if we got it that up there. May we see the $100 response. The Devil in the Deep Blue Sea is a famous popular song of yesteryear, my dear. You're too young to remember it. May we see the $250 number? The Devil and Miss Jones, congratulations. And you won the $250. We multiply that by 10, and you're going to be playing for $2,500. Before we go on there, may we see the top one, please? The devil made me do it. That's a very popular phrase on television. Okay, Jackie, now to win the $2,500 here, you've got to match one celebrity exactly. You got to choose one now.
Richard.
Okay, Richard.
We'd be playing for 10,000 if you'd taken my word for these little goodies now, you know.
Let's stand on the table, Here we go. This is still worth $2,500.
Well, that's not the point.
Here it is now. Good luck to you, my dear. Blank puppy. Blank puppy. P-U-P-P-Y.
Little puppy.
Little puppy. All right, that's what you said. We'll match you for $2,500. Richard, what do you say to that?
Hush.
Hush puppy. Oh. Listen, you got a grand total of $250, and it's been a pleasure meeting you, my dear. Now, we'll be back in a moment or so. Don't go away. Gene Rayburn here. Goodbye.
Some contestants have received the new emblematic gas grill by Arca. Gives you that great flavor of outdoor cooking without the mess and fuss of charcoal. And Armstrong... Run with us. This is Johnny Olson speaking for Match Game PM, a Mark Goodson, Bill Todman production.